Hey guys, so this is a short Mandela Effect video. I just wanted to point out a easy to understand reason why the Earth One, Earth Two argument is probably inaccurate, or the Earth One, Two, Three, and Four. Basically, there's different ideas on what's going on with the Mandela Effect. There's a lot of people who have different ideas, myself included. Um, but some people have an idea about the Mandela Effect as human beings on the planet Earth moved, one way or another, were moved to an alternate Earth. And that's why things are almost the same, but there's slight differences. So, for those who are believing and understanding that it was a Earth 1 to Earth 2 move because Earth 1 blew itself up, we had nuclear war or something, and the souls were able to be moved to another Earth to continue on. So we now have a different world. Or there was several Earths that we were moved to, so there's like maybe up to four. But no, 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 no. I don't believe that's accurate. And here's one logical reason why. If you notice, the map changes on the Mandela effect. Australia, New Zealand, particularly like that region of the earth, those who live on the other side of the planet, North America, Europe, you could say too, far from Australia, people who live in those regions of the world who have Mandela effect sensitivity tend to see changes over there in the Australia New Zealand area. There's a certain percentage of the population who has noticed a change. But yet, when you ask those who live in that part of the world, it is almost unheard of for someone to have that level of a Mandela effect shift change in the region that they live in. So the old wisdom here is that the closer to home, quite literally, but figuratively as well, the closer to home something is, the more you're paying attention to it, the more you're aware of it, the less likely it is to change. That's why it's extremely unlikely that the house you live in is going to be a different color, the walls or the exterior, or your furniture is going to be different. You wake up and your furniture is completely different. You look at pictures from years ago and it's the same weird new furniture in the old pictures. Extremely unlikely, although possible. Extremely unlikely. But yet, the other side of the world, something changes like on the map. Yeah, yeah. Like if you look at your hometown, you look at them like a map of your hometown, you see like a major river that flows through, and you see that map 1,000 times, that river is probably going to look the same every time. But yet, a map of another part of the world, for those who have Mandela effect sensitivity, it very well could have changed. But yet, you ask people who live there, no, it hasn't changed for them because they live right there. They see it every day. So if you're paying attention to something, the more you do pay attention to something, the less likely it is to change. The example I'd like to use is a buddy of mine who was not Mandela effect sensitive. He had all of the quote unquote right answers, which is the current timeline answers. It's always been Berenstain for him. It's always been Charles Schultz with spelled the new way from my perspective, but Charles Schultz spelled correctly for him. All of these examples, he's in the Berenstain timeline examples. He's fine. All the new ones for me are old for him until we hit Mr. Rogers, and then he couldn't believe it because it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood instead of the neighborhood was a 100% change for him, no doubt at all. And that was the only one. The rest were the same. So so that's all I'm saying. That there's too much logical evidence showing that it wasn't a clean one Earth to another Earth transfer. It's multifaceted. It's person centered, unique to each individual, and there's going to be a great variety of differences when you go to person with what is a Mandela effect change and not. So, all right, guys, I'll see you around.